Hey everyone, welcome back. In this video we're going to learn how to dimension arcs and circles using a dimension drawing file in Fusion 360. The first thing I want to do though is to make sure that my front view is correct. So if I click on my front view, well, I don't want that to be my front view. So I'm going to rotate the cube around until I get a view that I like. I'm going to right click here and I'm going to set current view as front. All right, so now when I come over to my workspace and I change it to drawing, so what I'd like you guys to do is to go to drawing from design, select sheet size A at 11 inches by 8.5 inches, and then select OK. So now that we changed our front view here, okay, it's going to bring in the front view and I have it already set for me. Now the thing is your style, let's go ahead and just select let's go ahead and keep it as visible and hidden edges. And then for our scale, let's see, I think we can make it a little bit bigger. Let's just try 1:1. We can always change it later. Okay, that's kind of big, but we'll see here. Let's set it down here. Okay, and once you got that, go ahead and select OK. Now let's bring in our top view. Go to front and change it to top. And change our scaling again to 1:1. Set that guy right there. Hit OK. And now let's bring in our side view, our right side view. Once again, change the scale. Hit OK. And finally, let's bring in a good 3D or isometric view here. And let's see what northeast does. And that looks good. All right. And I'm actually going to leave this guy, well, let's leave it a little small for now. And we can always go back later and make it bigger. So, but I am going to give it shaded color and hit OK. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead now and add some center marks, because when you have large circles or even radiuses, you want to put center marks on them. So I'm going to come on up here to center mark and I'm going to just click right there. Okay, and I'm also going to click there and there. Okay. Now we want to add some center lines through our holes, but in between our hidden lines here. So to do that, we come up to geometry and select center line. I'm going to click on this top hidden line, click on that bottom hidden line, and now we have a nice center line going right through the middle of our hole. We're going to add one here. So we're going to click on that hidden line and then click on that hidden line. Come on over here, add some here. Once again, click on our hidden lines here and here, here, and here. And then we got one more up top here. Click here and click there. All right. I'm going to go ahead now and start dimensioning all of the circles, full circles, not arcs. All right. Which is basically where our holes are located. So I'm going to come on up here to dimensions. Okay. And I'm going to select a diameter dimension right here. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead now and just click on this circle, add a leader line. Click on that circle and add a leader line. Leader lines, if you recall, should always be placed at an angle here. They shouldn't be horizontal or vertical. Okay. And we have two more circles or complete holes that we need to dimension. So I'm going to come back up to dimensions and come down to diameter dimension. I'm going to click here and I'm just going to drag it out over here. And then I'm going to hit escape. Okay. And now I want to click on this guy and I'm going to add a couple things. I'm going to click right on this side of this 5 here. And if you don't, you can use your cursor keys to scroll over. But I'm going to type in space bar through, because these are through holes. The holes go all the way through. Okay, because remember, we need to specify these things for our manufacturer. And then I'm going to type in 2 space capital X space. All right. And that's it. What that 2 is saying, hey, we got 2 holes. So you don't need to dimension it twice. By putting that 2x in there, you've specified that we got 2 of them right here. Okay, and then when you're done, just go ahead and hit close. All right, and it's a little bit off our page here, and that's okay. You might be able to just, well, let's just move things over a little bit. We got a lot of room. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing here. And now we need to add what are called location dimensions. And location dimensions specify the location of a particular object. In this case, we're interested in the location of the center of these holes. So we need to specify where the center of our hole is located. And so we're going to click on the center of the hole, then click on the edge, and we know that it's about, well, 0.5 inches on that side. And now we need to do the other side. So once again, click on the center of the hole and click on this other edge here. Okay, and something like that. Let's do the other hole. All right, I'm going to hit escape now, and I'm going to clean some things up a bit. So I'm going to just move this 0.5 here so that it's in there. Move this 0.5 so that it's right there. And then I'm going to move it in a little bit here. And let's see if we can get this guy in the middle. Yep, that looks a little bit better. There we go. And once again, we need to specify the location of this center of this particular hole from this edge. So let's go ahead now and grab our dimension tool. So from this edge, we have 1 inch. And then from the bottom edge here, we got 2.25 inches. All right, so we've dimensioned all of our circles with leader lines here in diameter symbols as well as location dimensions here. But now we need to go ahead and dimension these arcs or fillets here. So we're going to make sure you select dimension here. We're going to click on, all right, we're going to click on that guy right there. It says R. Whoop. And then I'm going to hit escape now, and I'm going to double click on that guy so I can edit it. I'm going to click over here, use my left cursor key to scroll all the way over, and I'm going to type in 2 space capital X space. Okay, now what that 2 is signifying here or telling us that we have 2 arcs or fillets on both sides, so we don't have to dimension it again on this side. And then I want to hit close. And then now we need to go ahead and dimension these round corners or arcs right here. So once again, let's come on up to dimension, and let's just go ahead now and select radius dimension. Click on that guy and drag this guy out. Hit escape. Double click on that guy, and let's do the same thing we did last time. We're going to use the left cursor key. We're going to type in 2 space capital X space, okay, and hit enter or close over here. And it didn't, oh, there, the R just popped up. Good. So all of our arcs, fillets, holes, and circles have been dimensioned properly. Now we got to just start adding overall size dimensions. All right, so let's come up to dimension here. And let's go ahead now and click on this side and then click on that side. And we're going to bring this guy down to, okay, I'm going to space things out a little bit here because that looks a little messy, obviously. So when I hit escape, I am going to see if I can just drag this guy down a hair smidgen. There we go. Bring this guy down a little bit. And you want to do the same thing to yours. Always make it look clean and everything's sort of spread out. Okay, that looks pretty good. And the next dimension I want to add is the overall front to back dimension here, which is 1.5. So our final dimensions are going to be basically the thickness here of this guy, this thickness right here, and then the overall thickness here. I'm going to hit escape and just move that guy up a hair. Okay. So that'll do it for this part. The last thing I'd like you to do is to obviously save your work and come on up and just type your name down here in your title block, please, and hit close. All right. I hope you guys learned how to dimension circles, holes, arcs, and fillets in this video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.